negativity and all toxins. Develop a powerful will persistence. That's the most important asset for life. I am not giving you some life positive blah blah. I am giving you the facts of life. I am triggering your consciousness. The moment you decide, your consciousness is the supreme identity you have. You will not empower your depression, your frustration, deal your problems with our depression, are the worst suicidal patterns, or life negativity only through consciousness. Don't go for any other solution. Don't keep stupid, toxic, life negative struggles inside.
Nithyanandam, welcome back to the pre-satsang hosting. In this segment, we'll be going through the Facebook post of our beloved Guru, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam. In this particular post, we'll be going through the transcripts of the 19th July presidential address of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. I welcome everyone sitting with us all over the world with my love and blessings. Paramashiva's message directly from Mahakalasa. Practice Samadhi. Enrich the world with Samadhi. Whether the individual problems you are facing, your personal health related issues, or the whole world related issues, or whether you are facing your personal economic problems or the world health crisis, your personal relationship issues or relationship between countries, for everything, conscious. Unconscious blind spots responsible for almost all the problems in our life will be eliminated. If the decision makers of the world start practicing Samadhi, not only their people will be peaceful, world will become peaceful. I am not selling dreams of utopia. I am giving you the plan for utopia. Elaborately, I have spoken about how to practice Nirvikalpa Samadhi, unclutching. All the videos I am putting on a link. If you go to this link, you will get 50 videos in various languages. Practice just 21 minutes a day. That is enough. I'm not asking you more than that. In Buddhism, there is a practice. When you fall sick, use the time for practicing spirituality. Don't waste the time in other things. Let me tell you openly, the global human population is more than 7 billion. The United Nations has already announced we are going to become 8 billion by coming November. Actually, we human beings, as a modern society, we have already reached a level where we can provide food, clothes, shelter, medical care for all 8 billion people. We have already reached that state. Technology, infrastructure, everything for fulfillment in basic needs to share with all 8 billion people. But unfortunately, our decision makers have not reached that conscious level that we should provide basic needs for all 8 million people. We really lack only in consciousness, nothing else. The survival need for the 8 billion population on planet Earth is not food. We have reached the technology and methodology to provide food, housing for all 8 billion people. One side homes, foreclosure and homes are just logged without people. Other side millions homeless. One side tons of food getting wasted and destroyed to maintain the price. Other side millions dying without food. Actually, humanity has reached a level we have evolved enough tech to provide food, clothes, shelter, medical care, all the fundamental basic needs for all 8 billion people. Millions of tons clothes used only once is dumped into ocean because people don't know what to do with it. In many grown, evolved, rich developed countries, millions of tons of clothes used only once is being dumped into ocean. I have decided Kailasa is going to pick up a project, Ishanya. If you see, Paramashiva's whole life is recycling. First, see where he lives, in Shamshana, the land everyone has given up. His jewelry is Rudraksha, low cost. Who are his servants? Bhutaganas. He recycles them and keeps them with him. His vehicle, old bull, Nandi, no one has use for it. Everything Paramashiva uses, if you see, is a recycled product. He is the symbol of recycling and reusing. I am starting a project, collecting these things which are getting dumped and wasted, which is in turn becoming hazard to nature, and distributing to countries, to the people for whom it is a great boon, just recycling and reusing. Even if we start putting our consciousness in that direction, we will get millions of people out of poverty. The food which is dumped, if it is taken, processed, and distributed to those who don't have food, millions will come out of poverty. In many developed countries like USA and Canada, many medical equipment they use only for 1 or 2 years and then they discard it. Those medical equipments can be greatly useful in other countries for next 10 years. It's not that within 1 year those medical equipments become useless, but somehow they keep their standard of using only for 1 year. If we just focus on this recycling, millions of people can be brought out of poverty. Second, if the decision makers are given samadhi practice and they feel less insecure, they will keep the currency current. If the currency is kept current, there will not be economic crisis. All economic crisis is insecurity developed in minds of decision makers of the world. Many country heads, when they start feeling insecure, they start hoarding. Naturally, less developed countries plunge into poverty, causing economic crisis and all other problems. Same way, this Russia-Ukraine war is not affecting only Russia and Ukrainians. At least 50 countries who are in no way involved in this war who have not made any decision for this war are suffering. At least 1 billion people all over the world will be pushed below poverty line because of Russia-Ukraine war and its ripple effects. Not just Sri Lanka alone, there are many countries in that line. All these problems can be cleared, avoided, solved, prevented by the decision makers practicing samadhi and feeling less insecure. I request all of you, watch these satsangs where I am giving elaborate explanation and initiation into Samadhi practice, and you practice by yourself every day for 21 minutes, then share with as many digitally itself. You don't even need to meet face to face. If you can meet, great. If not, share digitally. Ask your friends or contacts to watch the satsang, and after they watch, clear the doubts and encourage them to practice Samadhi. tiny.cc/unclutching. Please go to the link and enrich the world to practice Samadhi. This Chaturmasya, 4 months, I sincerely recommend. The whole Kailasa works towards making 1 crore people practice Samadhi. Let us all decide from today, we will all start sharing at least 1,000 people per day digitally. Digitally sharing is too easy. In Facebook itself, you will be having 5,000 friends. Share and ask all of them to watch and then clarify their doubts and encourage them to practice next day and ask them to start sharing with others. This Chaturmasya, let us reach 1 crore people. So my request is, let us work on making 1 crore people all over the world practice Samadhi, this Chaturmasya. Second, let us enter into this Ishanya project very sincerely. All the developed countries, Kailasa, you start getting all these medical equipments, used clothes, and where the underdeveloped countries, where there is need, those countries, Kailasas, please share your requirements. The channel with which it will distribute, Kailasa will sponsor the transportation expenses. We will facilitate this and provide you all with whatever medical equipment you need for your hospitals, same way for clothes. I have seen some reports. Singapore alone dumps millions of tons of only once used clothes. If that can be collected instead of getting dumped into ocean or burnt and distributed to countries where they need, it will be a great service. Same way food, if all Kailasa puts their attention on recycling, in this Chaturmasya alone, we will be able to bring 1 crore people out of poverty. This will become best service Kailasa can ever do because we have infrastructure spread across 140 countries. We have legitimate bodies. And all of you should know, with Paramashiva's grace, from 1994 till now, almost 27-28 years, me and all of you, we all worked so hard, and now we have legally registered legitimate bodies in 140 countries. In 118 countries, we have charity status. In many countries, not only we can be receiving agent, we can also distribute it. Let us use this whole infrastructure. This Chaturmasya, let us plan to get 1 crore people out of poverty. 1 crore people should practice Samadhi. 1 crore people should be pulled out of poverty. This Chaturmasya, let us dedicate it to this project called Ishanya. Let us work on serving the society through these recycling methods. If we concentrate on this recycling and reusing, we will do so much good to the world. We have millions of people volunteering for us. We just need to focus on this 4 months Chaturmasya. The focus is 1 crore people should practice Samadhi. 1 crore people should be pulled out of poverty. I have 21 new projects to celebrate our upgraded new beginning. Anyhow, I have given the gist in English. Now I will speak in Tamil. Following this, from 9:15 p.m. IST, the Tamil Satsang or the presidential address was delivered. Now, moving on to the next Facebook post of our beloved Guru, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. From yesterday, wonderful news from Kailasa. Konta zone in Ethiopia and the sovereign state of Sri Kailasha, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation, the first nation of Hindus, entered into bilateral relations, emphasizing their similar values on cultural understanding, religious freedom and other rights, eradication of hunger, youth leadership, holistic health and educational initiatives, exchanges to educate citizens, environmental stewardship and sustainable living. Konta, previously called Ella, is one of the 49 Vodas in the southern nations, nationalities and peoples region of Ethiopia. Because Konta is not part of any zone in the SNNPR, it is considered a special Voda. an administrative subdivision which is similar to an autonomous area. Konta is named after Konta people who speak the dialects called Konta Swa, Omotic languages. Based on the 2007 census conducted by the Central Statistical Agency of Ethiopia, CSA, this Worda has a population of 90,846 with an area of 2,554 square kilometers. Konta zone has many historical, cultural, and natural tourist attractions that are found within this region, beside the parks, Hage mineral water, the Keribela Lake, and the Bahe Lake. The Chebera Churkura National Park is one of the national parks within the Konda region that has a significant amount of natural resources. Moving on to the next Facebook post. Another wonderful news from Kailasa, the city of Georgetown, Guyana, and the state of Sri Kailasha, the sovereign state of Sri Kailasha, the ancient, enlightened Hindu civilization nation, first nation of Hindus, entered into bilateral relations, emphasizing their similar values on cultural understanding, religious freedom and other rights, eradication of hunger, youth leadership, holistic health and educational initiatives, exchanges to educate citizens, environmental stewardship, and sustainable living. The city of Georgetown is the capital and the largest city of Guyana, nicknamed as Garden City of the Caribbean. The central city includes the business district as well as the seat of the national government. All executive departments of Guyana's government are located in the city, including Parliament Building, Guyana's legislative building, and the Courts of Appeal, Guyana's highest judicial court. The State House, the official residence of the head of the state, as well as the offices and residence of the head of the government, are both located in the city. The CARICOM headquarters is also based in Georgetown. Although it is physically located on South America's northern mainland, Georgetown City maintains strong historical, cultural, and political ties with nearby Caribbean islands. Georgetown, Guyana, is the only South American nation where English is the first official language, unlike its Spanish-speaking neighbors. Georgetown is the chief commercial and manufacturing center of Guyana. It exports sugar, rice, and tropical fruits, as well as timber, balata, bauxite, gold, and diamonds from the Guyanese hinterland. Large sugar refineries are located in the city. With this, we conclude today's Facebook sharing. We'll be moving on to the next segment and we'll be back very shortly after this break. Please stay tuned. Nithyanandam.
I'm your Guru. I will make you enlightened. It's my commitment. Till you become Paramashiva, I won't rest. Don't worry at all. To all my disciples, I give you this assignment. I'll swallow everything with which you are stuck and liberate you all. Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conduit conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself. Your consciousness as power at this moment to swallow, digest, clean up all negativity and all toxins. Develop a powerful will persistence. That's the most important asset for life. I am not giving you some life positive blah blah. I am giving you the facts of life. I am triggering your consciousness. The moment you decide, your consciousness is the supreme identity you have. You will not empower your depression, your frustration, deal your problems, whether it is simple headache or depression or the worst suicidal patterns or life negativity, only through consciousness. Don't go for any other solution. Don't keep stupid, toxic, life negative struggles inside. I'm your Guru. I will make you enlightened. It's my commitment. Till you become Paramashiva, I won't rest. Don't worry at all. To all my disciples, I give you this as a boon. I'll swallow everything with which you are stuck and liberate you all. Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself. Your consciousness as power at this moment to swallow, digest, clean up all negativity and all toxins. Develop a powerful will persistence. That's the most important asset for life. I am not giving you some life positive blah blah. I am giving you the facts of life. I am triggering your consciousness. The moment you decide, your consciousness is the supreme identity you have. You will not empower your depression, your frustration, deal your problems, whether it is simple headache or depression or the worst suicidal patterns or life negativity, only through consciousness. Don't go for any other solution. Don't keep stupid, toxic, life negative struggles inside. I am your Guru. I will make you enlightened. It's my commitment. Till you become Paramashiva, I won't rest. Don't worry at all. To all my disciples, I give you this as a boon. I'll swallow everything with which you are stuck and liberate you all. Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself.
Nithyanandam. Welcome to the last segment of today's pre-satsang hosting, Glimpses of the Glorious Past for 28th July, starting with 28th July 2006. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, conducted the Nithyananda Spurna at Salem, Tamil Nadu on this day. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism delivered incisive talks and powerful techniques where he took the 1500 participants through deep experiences and transformation, following up pictures from this grand event. 28th July 2011. Let us watch this N News from 28th July 2011.
Nithyanandam, this is Sri Nithya Nithyananda and welcome to NTV News from Nithyananda Paramashivam, It's Thursday, July 28, 2011. The headlines: Kailash Yatris enjoy themselves in Pokhara. Nitya Yoga Teachers Training Program at Bidadi, a report. Life Bliss Program participants share their experiences, a report from San Jose, USA. Deities at Nithyananda Vedic Temple, Toronto.
To all my disciples, I give you this as a boon. I'll swallow everything with which you are stuck and liberate you all.
Moving on to 28th July 2014. In this presidential address, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expanded on completion. He described how there is a tantrum-throwing child inside you that is on strike. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism revealed how we need not engage with him, and as that just empowers this tantrum-throwing child. Now let us sit and watch this presidential address which teaches us how to deal with the tantrum-throwing child inside us.
Madurai Dhyanapitham, Amersfoort, Netherlands, Wellington. Actually, when I sit here, I sit holding all of you. Please listen. Shiva Sutras very clearly describe even if an enlightened master holds the space of Advaita for you, you complete all your incompletions and you achieve miracles in your life. You cause your reality by causing miracles in your life. Beautifully, Shiva Sutra puts it. Whether healing a physical disease or manifesting the life as you want, if an enlightened master holds the space for you, means holds you in his consciousness, like mother holding a child. I'll say one step further. Mother holding a baby inside the womb. When he holds the space of Advaita for you, you may jump here, you may jump there, you may do this, you may do that, you may do it rightly or wrongly, but you will break all your incompletions in his space, because end of the day you are inside his space. You can kick with right hand, left hand, right leg, left leg, you can even fall, but you will fall only in his lap. So when an enlightened master holds the space for you, you are in his breathing space and he holds you consciously. You go through all your incompletions smoothly and complete and be relieved. So whenever I sit here, I hold all of you into that space. I program it automatic, and then I sit silently or sit with my some other job or whatever I am attending, but I will be sitting. This time, when I was sitting, I just suddenly thought, I wanted to exactly see the depth and detail, what happens in your physiological system. See, physical is different, physiological is different, psychological is different. The psychological effect, we know what happens after the completion. After completion, what happens in your system, in your mind, we know all that. What happens after the completion, even in your physiology, we know it. I wanted to know exactly what is happening, how this fire is melting the butter. Butter is your incompletion, fire is my space. How this fire is melting your butter. How when I hold the space for you, your incompletions melts down, you relieve it and relieve it. I just wanted to see exact process see when you heat up a vessel and put that butter, how it melts and becomes ghee. At one point there will be sound where the heat and the butter is meeting and the butter becoming ghee. That sound will come. I wanted to know where in your system exactly that sound is coming. Where the consciousness, the completion, melts your incompletion and you melt, you become complete. Where it happens, how it happens. So I decided to look into some of the disciples' inner space. But as an enlightened ethics, I cannot look in, I cannot enter unless you permit. But one good thing, I had few kotaris and tanedars and mahans who never put door for me, who never put any gate. So always says, no, look inside and clean whatever need to be cleaned up. For whom I am the permanent scavenger, permanent cleaner. I decided through them I'll look in and see what happens in their system. Please understand, this is one of the biggest revelation which is going to help all of you and millions who are going to come for completely completing in a very simple, very beautiful way. The scanning I did during the time of past life regression. If you have done earlier IAs, you will find this IA is the first time after the completion I made you all sit in the past life regression before sending you for lunch. That was the time I was scanning. That was the time I was scanning. Listen, whenever the past life memories open up, there will be a heavy incompletions. I can't even describe. It's almost like suddenly you discover a wound with so much of pus. It will be like that. So I was looking into I've taken around at least 10 specimens of various type and started looking in how this me holding the space of Advaita completes them, melts those pains and incompletions and pus away and relieves them. Understand, please listen. Please listen. This is the key word. Whenever you are sitting for completion, just sit with that heaviness on you. Whatever heaviness you feel as incompletion, if you see one part of you is always a tantrum throwing child, It does not want life. It does not want work. It does not want responsibility. It does not want society. It does not want even completion. It does not want yoga. It doesn't want anything. It just wants to cry, throw tantrum. It is like a mother holding a child, and child is all the time kicking the mother. Where? I don't know. What are you going to do? No, I don't know. What's your goal? I don't know. Why are you crying? I don't know. Now, one part of you is that tantrum throwing child. How many of you recognize there is a part of you which is constant tantrum throwing child? Just sit with that child. Decide, okay, what can be done? You are like this, I am like this, let us sit together. Don't bring tell yourself clearly, listen, this has to be very clearly understood. There is part of you which has already tasted completion and complete. There is part of you which is tantrum throwing child. It wants to break everything. House need to be cleaned? No, I am throwing the house. Job need to be attended? No, I am resigning from it. Car need to be cleaned? No, I am throwing it. You have to go to school? No, I want to burn the school. You have to dress up? No, I don't want to. You have to do completion?